Blessed Rising Soul Family, welcome back to the channel. If you're new, welcome to Soul Family Oracle. I deliver messages from the divine, the depth of our soul, our spirit guides, and our ancestors. And if you're returning, as always, thank you guys so much. I appreciate and love you guys so much for all your support. And I would like to say a big welcome to all our new Soul Family members. It's so great to have you guys here. Today's message is from a few days ago, a dream I had. And the energy that I'm going to be speaking of, that was the first time when I have personally come into contact with it. And how the message came was a bit, felt almost like the energy was trying to have me feel it, have me feel how it feels like. And before it came through, I kept getting this sense of the afterlife, like wondering, almost as if like I was beginning to feel like the afterlife was calling at me, like death was knocking on my door, an energy like that. And then it revealed itself in a dream, and the state in which it came, I was unfamiliar with it. So almost like I panicked in the dream, and I was like, wait, I literally almost ran in the dream because I had never seen anything like it. And it was difficult for me to kind of understand because there were no words. It was just a feeling, just this feeling of afterlife and this sense of a message from death. A message from death. So the a few days ago, it finally came fully, and it came as a voice, and the energy introduced itself 144 on the timer. And actually, I started this message at 4:44 a.m. And the message, the introduction that came through was Anku. Anku. Now, Anku is a very old name associated with a very old energy, and so there isn't a lot on it. And when I searched on it, the only association that kept coming up was something to do with death. So I had to literally use like a whole new keywords to try and find something on it. And this is what I have so far, so I'm just going to read this out a bit, right? Now it says, Anku is not a god, but a figure that represents death in Breton folklore. Anku is depicted as a skeleton or a man in a black robe and a large hat. And that's exactly how I saw him in the dream. It was literally like a huge skeleton, right? And it's almost as if it had like little white flesh still attached to it. And it was almost like it was like floating from the sky by like coming down, and it was huge. And it was just this big skeletal being. Okay. So it says, it is often depicted as a man as a skeleton or a man in a black robe and a large hat, often carrying a scythe, who collects the souls of the dead. He is not a deity in the traditional sense, but rather a personification of death in a specific cultural context. Okay, now I wanted to read that because the message that is coming through, or the download that is coming through, it sounded to me like it was related to 1, Anubis, and 2, the Grim Reaper, right? Like, not specifically related to the Grim Reaper, but it's like it was being explained to me like you can think of Anku as the Grim Reaper, right? But think of the Grim Reaper as like Anku on steroids. Spirit, pardon me, I don't have any other way to explain. So you can think of Anku, right, as the Grim Reaper on steroids. The Grim Reaper comes to collect, but Anku comes to guide, comes to see to. Anku caters to the soul. Anku is like a soul collector. He comes to guide, not a soul collector, sorry, a soul guide. He comes to guide the souls to the afterlife. So he comes to collect the souls that he's meant to collect to guide through to the afterlife. This is where I was saying that a part of the energy felt like a connection to Anubis, right? But this is coming from a very old place. And the message that was coming through was that a lot of things are going to be passing over the earth right now, okay? And these things, 4:44 on the timer, and these things are going to be things that bring about some level of chaos, and this level of chaos is going to bring about a lot of destruction that will bring about death. A lot of people are going to be losing their lives through natural disasters, through chaotic situations. Okay, and there's going to be a lot of people, especially empaths and light workers, that are going to be sensing this energy and feeling down, like the world is going to shit and people are dying left, right, and center. And there are people that will not be able to. It's like people. There's some people will find it difficult to take on this energy. And there's a need to understand with this message that's coming through is that not everybody that is leaving is literally being cut off from the planet. A lot of the people that are going to be dying in this period, and what I was hearing was like a closing has happened, and there's a split also. That's another message that was coming through. There's a split that is happening. There's a timeline split that is happening right now where there are multiple timelines that are almost like a parallel timeline. Very similar to each other, but one is very prominent in the 3D and the other is very prominent in the 5D. And what's happening is like it's almost like they're hanging in between. Okay, that's a download I'll get into later. But what this message is trying to say is like with this timeline, it's like there's a need to understand it's like one side of the people that are going to be unalived in this period, or one side of the people that are going to be dying in this period are going to be what catered to by Ankou. And that's what the energy was saying. It's like Ankou is coming in to say that if you feel a heavy sense of death, overwhelming sense of death because of the wave of death that is going to be rushing over the planet, rest assured that these souls are being guided to their next course. And I think I was saying it in one of the videos before, like a lot of people are going to be dying right now or leaving this planet where it's going to be sad, but it's just how it's supposed to be. These people have come to the end of the contract they've signed, and it's time for their souls to be guided to their next path, their next course. And for a lot of them, they are going to be coming back. Just coming back as different people in different forms to come and fulfill different roles or continue their purpose, right? And the other half, this is where the Grim Reaper comes in. It's like the other half, they are just being collected. The other half, it's because their time is like literally their time of raising hell on earth is done. Their time of the period of causing chaos on earth is done. And so they are going to be removed. Okay? But for the other half, right? And I'm getting this sense of like I'm seeing children. Okay, so when you think of a lot of the wars happening or like places, let's speak of Gaza. And you see what's happening with some of these children, all the lives lost, the innocent lives lost. And what was coming through is like some of these situations is because these souls are needing to leave to be prepared. And the trauma that they are facing right now, before they left or as they leave, is a cycle that is being closed out, because this trauma is going to be the basis for which the next lifetime's cycle or purpose is run. So it's like it's something that is being built up for their next lifetime. So it's almost as if I'm hearing, don't cry for the dead. Ooh, wow. It's saying, don't cry for the dead, cry for the living. Don't cry for the dead, cry for the living. Wow. I think we found our title. Part of our title is what I'm hearing. We found part of our title. So I feel like the reason why this message is coming through is because so many times, especially empaths and light workers, we get hung on this, so much death happening in the world, and there's killing here, there's war here, and we get stuck in that energy and start to feel towards the energy of anger and despair and frustration, not understanding that even death in itself is a form of healing. Death in itself is a form of transformation, of renewal. Right? And so for certain things to be able to manifest for the good, for the better of all, 911 on the timer, sometimes the certain endings have to happen. All these are preparation for different things. So it's like Anku is coming in to say that I am guiding the souls to be reborn into a new life. I am guiding these souls out of this period so that they can be prepared for the next period. So a lot of people that are being on are leaving us right now. A lot of people that are dying right now are actually going to come back sooner than we think. Some people may have died yesterday and have already reincarnated today or tomorrow. That's how fast the cycle has become, because a lot of things have changed, and that's the thing. It's two different ways. It's two different two different parts of the people that are dying. Some of the people that are dying right now, they are literally being collected. Again, like I was saying, it's like the Grim Reaper, right? So it's like, I'm imagine Ankou on steroids. He's not here to guide and to see the soul somewhere. He's literally here to collect. It's like, whose time is up? Who needs to be dealt with? Who needs their ticket cut? It's time to take you away. Something like that. That's the Grim Reaper vibes, right? But I feel like this energy of Anubis that was coming through, it was coming through specifically because like Ankou being a very old energy, and I'm sensing this energy of like a familiarity between Ankou and Anubis. Okay, I'm sensing a familiarity between Ankou and Anubis, where Ankou is kind of like some kind of like, no, where Anubis is some kind of a patron. 1044 on the timer. 44 and 444 is very significant to this message. And I'm getting 0404. Okay. And I'm getting like Ankou is like Anubis is some kind of like could be like a patron to Ankou. Okay. So the familiarity between Ankou and Anubis makes more sense to me than that of the Grim Reaper, because I feel like the Grim Reaper is a very newer energy. 1111 on the timer. Okay, so I'm going to be using the Sufi wisdom oracle cards to clarify the message and to go a bit deeper, because I feel like there's a few more things that we need to understand. Okay, but before that, let me finish this about Ankou. So it says, Ankou is not exactly a deity in the same way as gods of death in other mythologies, but actually a personification from Brexton folklores. It embodies the concept of death, acting as a collector of souls, often depicted as a skeleton or skeletal figure with a sight. That's where the Grim Reaper vibes come in, right? So it says Ankou is primarily associated with the mythology of Brittany, a region in France. Okay, now Ankou's role is needing to be understood as just a collector of souls, to collect the souls of the dead, to guide them. And this is because Ankou is believed to have been a mortal himself and was made into this upon death because of something that happened with him in the spirit, which I'm not going to get into because I'm not very familiar with it. I actually don't know of him till just a few days ago. So I'm hoping to find out more later. But again, that's one of the things that was coming through. A lot of the old gods are coming through, and the way they are coming through is going to be directly. They're going to be reaching out to you directly, and then you will need to do the research, because there isn't a lot of information on the old gods. There isn't a lot of information that is mainstream, and a lot of the information that are relevant are being kept secret and hidden. A lot of the information on the old gods that are relevant are being kept hidden. So when things come to you, you will need to research. Okay, all right. The other part is Ankou is considered as a servant to death in Breton or Cornish and Welsh mythology. So I don't know if somebody is of Welsh, Cornish, French. This might be significant to somebody. For somebody, you might have very old connections, like, and even with this Brexton or Britain place in France, somebody might be familiar with it, but somebody might be familiar with I'm hearing farmland also. I'm seeing fields, but this is like fields in France, and these fields, there's something like burial grounds, There's somebody that is connected with this energy in the sense that there's been multiple families who have had connections with Ankou's spirit. And I'm getting that because some families have Ankous in them. Some families have Ankous in them. And as an Ankou, your energy in this lifetime would be like a soul guide. It's like your energy will be like a soul guide. But also specifically for people that are dead, And Ankou, one of the things would be spirits might come to you seeking some form of peace, some form of guidance, almost like they want you to guide them to the light. That will be an energy of an Ankou within you. So it's almost like this is coming through to say also, there are some people out there who have the spirit of an Ankou, like you are an Ankou, right? Because this is giving me that energy of it saying it's like Ankou. Ankou was a human at some point before he became the personification of death as he is known right now, and the collector of souls. He became a soul guide based on something specific, and it's like through that line. I don't know exactly if this is through a bloodline or exactly how this is chosen, but I'm speaking to somebody that is an Ankou also, and I feel like there's going to be a rise of Ankous in our time. There's going to be a rise of Ankous in our time. And this might specifically be also because there hasn't been a lot of Ankous because many people don't know themselves. And I'm hearing running away. A lot of Ankous are running away from themselves because of the things that they see. It's just like me in the dream. When I saw it, I literally panicked. I wanted to run away because I was like, what is this? I was like, what? But it wasn't just about what I was seeing. It's like the feeling that it came with. And it looked kind of cold, like just the flesh. It almost looked a bit hardened, like it had been frozen a bit or something of the sort, but like the energy felt like cold. And it's this, that the feeling that kind of made me panic, not exactly the sight of it, right? And I'm getting, it's like, wow, this is coming in very heavily. Whoever this message is for, there's somebody that needs to know. It looks like there's somebody that needs to know 1633 on the timer. Whew. There's somebody that needs to know that you are an Ankou. You are a descendant of an Ankou. And with the old gods rising, you will become the representation of them on earth here. You are going to become the representation of them on earth. You are a soul guide, right? But specifically, a soul guide to the dead. The dead, the soul of the dead. You are going to be guiding people. And another thing that is coming through, for some of you, animals have been coming to you to seek peace and solace in the time of death. I think I mentioned this at some point. There was another message also that said people are sent to you to die, right? Whether figuratively or literally. But there's this sense of death or energy of death and transformation about you, where it's like you are able to transform dead things back to life, but in a way where it's like very supernatural, very, very, very out of this world. The way you do it is because of this old energy that is within you. This is like a power that, again, I'm getting the energy of the Anubis is coming up again. For some of you, you might be, Anubis might be your patron. For some of you, Anubis might be your patron. You understand? And I remember there was a message that came through some time ago, guys. Let me put this down so I don't forget to. So this is 1757. And this was speaking about priests of Anubis and the gods of the afterlife, and the need for the gods of the afterlife to remember themselves, because a lot of people have manipulated the channels of the afterlife, unfortunately. And some of these people that are helping are actually guided by Anubis, but they do not know. Some also have sold out because they find earthly material things to be more promising to them than spiritual fulfillment, and they will get payment for it. That is certain. Okay. 1757. I'm going to put that down. I need to remember to put that message there, or to just tag it in this particular video because I usually forget. So this message is coming through now is because like there's a need for some people to understand that the channels of death have been manipulated, right? And so some people that are even leaving, how they are leaving or how they are being taken from this earth is in ways that it's just not right. And so some of these people are not being reincarnated in the right energy, and this is where the Ankous come in. It's like you're serving as a soul guide, right? Whether it's taking them through a channel or taking them through a specific energy or taking them through a specific process. But in this time, it's becoming very necessary again for the Ankous to be around to guide the souls, especially because there's so many people that are going to be taken off the planet right now. And some of these people that are going to be leaving the planet, it's not going to be specifically through a natural death. Some of these things are going to be through manipulation, strategic unaliving. And that's where the second wave, the other side, that is a new the Grim Reaper vibes comes in. Some people are going to be collected. It's like they are going to be taken off the planet of the earth, but they will be taken through a different channel. Well, for some people, after they've been taken off the planet, their souls will be taken through a different channel. And what I'm hearing is it's going to be a way to help them to purify the karma and the trauma before they start their next cycle. So again, don't cry for the dead. Matter of fact, cry for the living. Cry for the living, because there are a lot of things that are coming back in place to see to the souls that are being left, because they will be coming back. And this is a very, again, right, this is a very crucial point where everything that is leaving and coming back is very necessary. It's almost like I'm hearing vetting. It's almost like it's needing to be vetted. Okay, so Anubis is coming through again, and I feel like I'm going to use the Nefertari deck just to clarify why Anubis is coming through again, and then I will use the Sufi Oracle to continue by going into the messages, deeper into the messages with that. Alright, Spirit, why is Anubis coming through, please? What do we need to know? Wow, we have the Ace of Pentacles and the Emperor. My goodness. We have the Ace of Pentacles and the Emperor. Anubis is coming through because it's almost like this is giving me the energy of transformation. This is giving me the energy of transformation. There are new beginnings that are about to happen, that are needing to happen. But I feel like with this Ace of Pentacles, it's also because things are needing to be repositioned. With the Emperor, things are needing to be repositioned. Certain people are needing to be taken off the planet so that certain other people can take their place. With the Emperor and the Ace of Pentacles, certain people are going to be, that's where the Grim Reaper comes in. The other side of people that are going to be taken off the planet, they are going to be removed because there needs to be a replacement. Other people with higher vibrations needs to replace them. So basically this is like the energies coming together to remove some people so certain people can come in place. And that's why, again, with some of the people that are going to be removed from the planet, because of who they are, depending on their souls, they haven't done anything wrong. They are just part of the people who have a contract to close out this cycle in this period. But where they are, the form that they are in, or how they are going to live, it's also part of their own individual contract and dharmas and karmas, right? And these people, their soul is going to be, it's like their soul is going to be catered to. I'm hearing they won't go through the fire. It's like they won't go through the fire, or there's something. It's like there's a point between death and reincarnation, but I was hearing resurrection. What I was hearing was there's a point between death and resurrection where some things are changed or some things are situated, but how it's coming through, it's almost like pegs fitting. So it's like where some things are put back in place. This is giving me heavy afterlife ritual vibes. And what I'm getting is, this is one of the reasons why Anubis is coming through, because in ancient Egypt, some of our ancestors would do this to clear their karma or to establish their dharma for the next life. This is why there's so many depictions of afterlife rituals in Egypt. This is why there are so many depictions of afterlife energies in Egypt. And I guess this is why it was also coming through to say that a lot of you are Ankus. Some of you are priests from the temples of Anubis. This is coming up again, guys. 2336. This is coming up again. So that particular reading is going to be very, very significant. I need to repost that on the community tab. That reading is going to be very significant because it spoke of priests of the temple of Anubis. The priest of Anubis, you have this energy that allows you to give passage to the dead, to spirit. You are able to, for instance, if a lost spirit finds you, if a lost spirit comes to you, you are able to identify and give them solace and give them passage to go or to move on. This is not something that everybody can do. And the other thing is that point between death and resurrection. There are certain things that are able to be done. And I feel like this is another message that was coming through about how the elite, they manipulate these channels. They're studying the tombs. They're studying the grimoires of the dead, because they want to find out what happens, and they're using, some of them have found it out and have used it. I don't know why Taylor Swift is coming up again, but in that message also Taylor Swift came up. So I don't know, but I'm beginning to think that that girl is not. Listen, she's not an original soul. She's not from this time, and that her soul came back in the wrong energy. It's almost like her soul was summoned, like it didn't come through the. I don't know, but I don't want to channel into that. I don't like to do celebrity, what you call it. Their energy is very weird sometimes. So let me bend some Palo Santo. I really don't want this energy hanging on me. So this message was coming through about how some of the elite are manipulating the channels of death because they want to control how the resurrection happens, the resurrection being the reincarnation. And some of them are literally choosing the different bodies that they want to reincarnate into, and they are conducting soul transfers. They are conducting soul transfers. These soul transfers, they're using the Book of the Dead. They're using grimoires of the afterlife, and they're using certain energies. And some of the people that are doing this are people that are able to do this not because of the things they've learned, but because their spirit is naturally aligned to this energy, because these used to be priests of the temple of Anubis. You understand? So there's a lot that I feel is going on that this message is revealing now to me that even I didn't know was attached to this message. This message is beginning to take a turn that I didn't expect. Let me burn some Palo Santo quickly, guys. Wow. My lighter is not coming on. Okay, it's on now. So, wow. I don't know who works with Anubis, but I feel like this is something that is also coming through for a lot of you. If you work with Anubis, that is, you're going to be getting the sense of it about something about death. You're going to be feeling almost as if like death is following you, or death is right by you, or like not following you like it wants to kill you or you're going to die. No, it's almost like you can smell like there's death in the air. There's the energy of like, in the air, but not in a scary way. It's almost as if your spirit is going to understand. It's almost as if you're going to understand that we've come very close to the not the underworld, well, the underworld 2 years, but it's almost like the realms of death are sharing a border with us now. And I feel like this border is going to go far, but in this period right now, this border is open, and especially in this August. August gives a lot of, ancestral energy. And I was trying to explain, in Ghana here, August is one of our ancestral months. So maybe that's why it feels more prominent to me, right? But yeah, let me see what else. What else do we need to know about concerning Anubis and the temples and rituals of the afterlife? Wow, we have the King of Swords, but the King of Swords kind of came on upside down, sort of. Can I get one more card for the King of Swords? Thank you, Spirit. Wow, King of Pentacles. I'm telling you guys, there's something that is going on. There's something that is going on with death, right? With the energy of death. And it's like, there's like two sides, where one side is like people being removed, a wave of like death, like one side being people that are needing to move and come back. So it's like these people, they will be catered to by Anku, right? And coming back. And there's like this one other side of people that are just needing to go straight through some judgment thing before they can come back on the other side. And some of these people, there are things that they are doing or trying to learn because they want to come back with a King of Pentacles, to come back into this life or this energy. This is giving me that energy of the time traveling and the cloning and stuff like that. So with this one, it's like, let me clear my throat chakra, guys. This energy has me all up. I don't know. Please clear my mind, Spirit. Clear my chakras. Give me clarity of mind, clarity of speech. with the King of Swords and the King of Pentacles, this is speaking of people that are trying to come back. They're trying to beat death, the death cycle, or the cycle of the resurrection, which is the reincarnation. So they can be reincarnated back into their lives, or they want to be able to reincarnate to meet some of the things that they have accumulated. With the King of Pentacles, they want to come back to meet some of their wealth, the riches. This is where that Taylor Swift energy is coming through. She is somebody from the past. She's somebody from the past. And I remember something about that also. She's somebody from the past. This is something that was done with her. This is not something that is being done for the first time. This has been done multiple times. And I think this is the reason why she was coming up. For it to be known that she's a soul that has dealt with this. I'm getting the energy of Alchemy of Souls. The Alchemy of Souls, that series. The series where they could transfer their soul into another body. This is what is coming up. This is what is coming up. So it's like some of the elite or just some people in power are playing Alchemy of Souls, or are trying to play Alchemy of Souls because of their riches. They're trying to come back to these things. And what I'm hearing is this with the temple of Anubis. These are some of the things that used to happen with the rituals of the afterlife. This is why some pharaohs were in some pharaohs' tombs, there are so many jewels and so many artifacts that are attributed to the next life, that are attributed to reincarnation. Okay? So, what is coming through again is this: don't cry for the dead, cry for the living. It's like the living is who is going to be an issue. This is going to be an issue for, because the dead they are going to sleep peacefully. I mean, except for those that are being taken to a different course. And I feel like that is a totally different story for another reading, is what I'm sensing. Okay, so let's continue with this. I'm going to continue to clarify the energy with the Sufi Oracle deck. Sorry, the Sufi Wisdom Oracle deck. Wow. Okay. What do we need to know about this spirit? Sorry, what do we need? Oh yes, what do we need to know about this spirit? Wow. It's like this energy of Ankou is really trying to make me understand that it's some form of a spirit. It's not like a god or a deity. And this is the reason why it's like, because it's a personification. It's needing for us to understand that. Wow. The card that came out is Return to Joy. Return to Joy. So, yeah, don't cry for the dead. Cry for the living. The souls that Ankou is going to be collecting, these souls I feel like are going to be guided to the afterlife. They're just going to be guided to their next path. But the reason why their souls are being collected is because the traumas that they died in, or they existed in, or how they left. Again, like I was saying, when you think of the children in Gaza, when you think of floods and the fires, and you think of horrible deaths and disasters, these are people that died some traumatic deaths, like had traumatic experiences before death. And so it feels like Ankou is going to be catering to these souls, like helping them to release that energy before they reincarnate. Whereas on the other side, the Grim Reaper is just coming to collect souls of the people that have been causing chaos and havoc. Like that side, like that's those people. It's like a different energetic space that they're being taken into, right? But like both sides, it's almost like both sides are being guided by Anubis. Both sides are under Anubis in a sense. It's like Anubis's energy is overshadowing both sides. You understand? So it's almost like both the Grim Reaper and Ankou are like assistants of Anubis. I don't know, for lack of better words, but you understand. But our spirit. So yeah, return to joy. Like I was saying, these energies, Ankou is collecting these souls to guide them to their next life, so that trauma can be released and they can be returned to joy. So this joy, these people are going to be born into the next lifetime in better circumstances. These people that are going to be guided by Ankou, they are going to be born into better circumstances. That's what I was saying. Whoever you are from a line of Ankou, or whoever an Ankou has fallen on you, whoever a spirit of Ankou has fallen on you, it's almost like you have this energy to be able to give peace to the dead. It's like when people are dying and you're around, they feel peaceful. Or after people have died, they might reveal themselves to you in a certain manner where you can feel that they are peaceful, or you see something. There's something about you giving peace to the dead, or you being able to release the energy or the traumatic experience of somebody dying or somebody that has died, something of the sort. Okay, so this return to joy is almost like this is so that they can be reincarnated back without the trauma and be returned to joy. So these are people that have closed out a certain karmic cycle also. These people that are being, whose souls are being collected by Ankou and being ushered into a new life, these are also people who have finished a karmic cycle, like cycle or long cycles of negativity and long cycles of hardship, long cycles of traumatic experiences. And now they will be coming back and be reborn into better lives. They will be reborn into newer experiences, much more joy, much more success. For some, they will be born into, like I was saying with the children in Gaza, look at this, what has happened. For some of them, they will be born into privileged families, wealthy families, where they themselves will become prominent people and now look out for other children and other third world communities. And there's nothing like a third world, actually. I'm just using third world because that's how we understand it, like countries that are in improvised situations. Okay, all right, what else, spirit? Union of love. Why is the union of love coming out? Let me take this to clarify. A union of love. Oh, okay. We reuniting in death. Oh, wow. Oh my goodness, look guys. The death card upside down and the Queen of Swords upside down is what came up for the union of love. And what was coming was we unite in love, uniting in love. So I feel like for some people, their souls are being guided back to original families. It's almost like the reunion of family and loved ones. It's like this soul collection of souls is going to bring about a reunion of, some people are going to be reuniting in spirit. And I feel like this is going to be in some ways also like goodbyes and spirit seeing the light. So I feel like a lot of spirits are being led to see the light. So like I was saying, with the floods and the fires and the earthquakes and the death and stuff like that, some of these energies and that have been in the ground and have become spirit, have become entrangled spirit, right? Some of these energies that died in chains, they've become entrangled spirit. And it's like this energy, it's coming to usher them back home, back to the light. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. This is it. This is what it, oh, I see. The entrangled spirit are going to be released. They're going to be released to the light. People that died in bondages, people whose spirit are still reliving the traumatic experience. It's like the earth is being purged. And in this purge, part of the purge was with people being unalived and people dying. And this has been happening for a while because it's not just about people that died from before. Some of the death from before, it wasn't a purge. It was a genocide. It was a massacre. It was the wrong side of, it was the latter side of negative karma we had tilted to, right? And in this time, this purge that is happening is like the souls that are being uprooted and being released from these shackles. Anku is going to be guiding them back to the light. So this is why it's saying don't cry for the dead. The dead is being catered to. The ones that are needing to be released to the darkness, released to Anubis, they're being released to the Grim Reaper. They are. The ones whose soul are meant to go to Anubis for some kind of reconning, they are. And the one whose souls are meant to be guided by Anku back to the light, whose spirit are meant to be released back to the light, is being handled by Anku. Wow. Wow. And I feel like I'm being guided to, like, for some of you, you might need to do some research on Anku also, because if you are somebody who walks with the spirit of an Anku, then that means that you naturally are a soul guide. You are naturally a soul guardian. You are a spirit guide of some sort. You have the energy or the ability to bring solace to the dead. You have the ability to bring solace to people that are dying. For some of you, you might actually be able to see when people are about to die, like you're able to see into death. Like death shows you signs. It's almost like you are death is your friend. Death communicates with you. Wow. For some of you, this is an energy that is recently rising within you, because you're reaching new heights. And like I said, the old gods are rising, guys. The old gods are rising. The energy is like you can feel it in everything. Everything feels so different, but at the same time, it's like the same things, but like they're being reformed. 4044 on the timer. 444 is very significant to this message. This energy, this what you call it. I started the message at 4:44 a.m. also. What else do we need to know, Spirit? Wow. It says turn over a new page. Letting love lead the way for change. Turn over a new page. Yeah, like I was saying, there's a lot of people that are going to be taking 4123 on the timer, but this is because there's a new cycle of souls. There's a new wave of spirit that needs to come. You understand? Too many have reincarnated back with their traumas because of the things that they experienced, and especially with the children. It's needing to be a new page. They're needing to come to a new cycle. They can't come back carrying this soul. And because also a lot of these people are part of a higher vision. Some of these people are light workers. They're going to become empaths and healers, leaders of the new earth. So all this is like preparation for this new phase, preparation for this new earth. It's like everybody, all the gods, the deities, angelic beings, all the divines. This is why I keep saying the divine. When I say divine, the divine is not one being. There isn't like a supreme divine. When I speak of divines, I speak of all the beings of light, and even the beings that are considered beings of darkness but actually operate from light to support the light, are all part of the divines. Our spirit team, our whole spirit team is what I mean when I say the divine. The divines are all coming together to orchestrate. It's like everybody is putting in their part to help bring about new earth. And this is where I'm going to leave this message, guys. This is where I'm going to leave this message. I feel another message calling at me that I need to record. And as always, please listen with discernment. Take only what resonates and leave what doesn't. And if the message resonates with you, please like, share, subscribe to help us reach even more of our soul tribe. Have a blessed